Namaste my fellow strikers, Holy Materia here, back with another Shinobi Striker video. Today we're going to be checking out some attack type builds for every class with the Obito DLC, but before we get into it, be sure to Shinobi Strike that like button and subscribe for more content. Alright, let's get it. Striker. Definition. The player who is to strike the ball in a game, a player considered in terms of ability to strike the ball, a gifted striker of the ball, chiefly in soccer, a forward, or attacker.
Yes, he went to shot. Oh, DD. Oh, what it is? Oh, DD. What it is?
It's been there the whole time. It's been right under our noses. Attack types have been the main characters of Shinobi Striker. The game is called Shinobi Attacker. It's been here all along. We just missed it. They've been the MCs. Everybody else, range, healer, defense. We're just supporting cast. We're not the main people here. So why would it be any other way than how it's been? So today we're going to the dark side. We're doing all attack type builds, but doing it every other class. So we're gonna have a range attack type build, we're gonna have a defense attack type build, or we're gonna have a healer attack type build, because they can do everything. They got the most viability of all their moves. They got something for everything. So it's the catch-all class. It's the main characters. We're doing it, man. We're going to the dark side attack main arc. Let's go. So for our first build, it's gonna be the range attack build. So we're going to be using the new scientific ninja tool Violet Petals, the new attack type sword. So because range has been like the katana class all this time, so yeah, we're going to be using that one for the range build. So this has a scientific ninja tool in the form of a blade larger than a typical ninja sword. This weapon is ideal for strikes from a sheathed position. Tightly gripping its hilt causes it to become wreathed in lightning style chakra, shocking those the blade strikes. So yeah, man, this sword is so much fun, man. It's such a good weapon. I don't mind that attack type's got a sword weapon. I mean, I don't see why they didn't before, and it doesn't really mean anything that like range type should have never been like the sword class anyway. Then we're going to be using the kunai for our ninja tool because we're a range type, so it's kind of like throwing the triangle button kunai. And as for the ninjutsu, we're going to be using Obito's jutsu, the True Seeker Scorch. So this one has a 2 in power, of 3 in range, and a 20-second cooldown. It says commands the True Seeker orbs to unleash a beam forwards. Deals damage to all targets hit. Hold the button to increase the uptime of the beam. The beam's direction can be controlled. So this move is super fun. I actually had a lot of fun using this with this like range attack type build, since I wasn't trying to like get in and I didn't have to like back up after to like use this move effectively. So like since I had 2 sort of range type moves and I had kunai, I could use it comfortably. This build was actually a lot of fun. Actually all these builds were pretty fun. But yeah, man. So then we're also going to be using the Konohamaru move, the Fire Style Flaming Meteor. So this is from the Konohamaru DLC. I love that DLC too because it's another attack DLC that doesn't really make sense for attack types. So that's why I had a lot of fun with it even when it first came out. Even though a lot of people call it mid. And I mean, it's not like overpowered or anything, but it's well balanced like a lot of other stuff. And I think the moves are really unique. And they feel like ninja moves because they're like setups or like traps and stuff. So it's really cool. I always like that DLC. So combining these two, which are basically the least attack DLC besides maybe Hashirama. Oh, I just realized I didn't use a Hashirama move for any of these. I meant to use the Wood Dragon for my healer build, but that's okay. So yeah, the Flaming Meteors has a 2 in power, 4 in range, and a 14-second cooldown. And says a jutsu that launches a clone into the air, continuously raining down flame bombs. Targets hit by the flame bombs take damage. Also forces enemy locked onto you to lock onto the clone instead. So yeah, this is just to be more evasive as a ranged, as like playing at a distance. So I can use this, pop this, back up, and then shoot the True Seeker orb, the Gallic gun at them. And then we got Time Space Hop with the new 30-second cooldown. And yeah, it basically does the same stuff, but it doesn't last as long. It's definitely not as cheap. Like when I was playing, I could feel that 5-second difference. Like people were saying that this was a negligible nerf. No, man, that nerf is crucial. That 5 seconds is a big deal, and especially because of the 10-second turnaround on all the other subs. Like this was a great nerf, and the invincibility doesn't last nearly as long. I think it's perfect. It's still a good sub, but it's not broken like it used to be at all. This was a great nerf. So yeah, but I had a lot of fun running this build, man. And then for the ultimate, we're running the 6-pass Divine Blade, the Nonoboko. So this one has a 5 in power and a 2 in duration. It says attack enemies with the blade of the Sage of the Six Paths. Unleashes an extremely long range attack that pierces walls, dealing critical damage to enemies hit. So yeah, man, like we've been saying, even in the description it talks about how long the range is, so just making absolutely no sense that this is for attack types or whatever. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this build, to be honest, man. I just had a lot of fun playing attack in this way, like using attack but not playing the way attacks usually play. Like when I was playing, I really felt like I was whatever class I was like pretending to be. So like when I was using this build, I felt like I was a range type. I just really felt like I was legit playing range, and like sometimes I was getting like bad scores when I was playing like a defense or healer, because I was really thinking like, okay, I'm supported by team, I'm playing with the healer attack, but so I wasn't really attacking anybody. I was just like giving my teammates stuff. But we'll talk about that when we get to that build. But yeah, this build was a lot of fun. Probably my favorite build because it's range, and I love range. But the second build we're gonna look at, I also had a lot of fun with. So for this one, this is our defense attack build. The weapon will be the black flying swallow, because there's not really anything that's close to like the other defense weapons, and this is just my favorite weapon. But then actually I used the sword, the new sword after this, and that sword is dope too. So but I like the effects on this weapon, and it's got that purple energy just like the new sword, because the attack types we're on the dark side, man. These are the Sith of the game. We are on the dark side now. So we're gonna be using the black flying swallow, and then we're also going to be using purple lightning as our ninja tool, so that we don't flinch, kind of like how defense types don't flinch when they use their heavy attack. And this is one of my first times using purple lightning, so I'm trash with it. But for the ninjutsu, we're going to be using the cross lantern from the Obito DLC. This one has a 2 in power and a 1 in range. It has a 22-second cooldown. It says commands the True Seeker orbs to erupt in hellfire. The flames persist at the location for a set duration, damaging enemies. Disables the use of substitutions on hit. So yeah, this move just looks amazing, and it's so dope because I'm not even mad that attack types got this, even though this feels like a defense move, but I'm glad that attack types got some more fire style stuff so that we can use the next jutsu that we're going to be using here, which is the burning ash, the fire style burning ash, because I've been waiting to be able to use better stuff to ignite this ash, because this is one of my favorite things to do in the game, because I love setting up stuff like this. So we're going to be using burning ash for our second ninjutsu. This one has a 2 in power and 2 in range. It's an 18-second cooldown. It says user expels hot ash from their mouth. The ash persists as smoke, flinching targets it touches and inhibiting vision. Additional input or flame from a fire style attack will cause it to explode, inflicting continuous burn damage on enemies caught in the blast. So yeah, man, I was loving using this build, putting out the ash and then setting off the cross lantern. It's because like that explosion is so amazing, man. I was catching so many people with that. Like it doesn't do crazy damage, but it can hit so many people, and then you can combo them up after. So because their sub is locked if they get hit with the cross lantern. So yeah, and like this has just such great CC. It's great. This is a great base build. It's a really good for base, and I was even doing having fun with it, defending flags too. So yeah, these two go together really well. And I've been waiting for more fire style stuff. So yeah, that was dope. And then we're gonna be using the emergency exit for our sub, because it will make us a little bit tankier, gives us more, we'll heal, and also heal from status ailments whenever we sub. And then for our ultimate, we're gonna be using lightning style chakra mode, because you don't flinch when you're in it. So this one has a 0 in power and a 4 in duration. So it says to boost the user's close range attack speed, movement speed, and defensive power. So that's another thing. Prevents the user from flinching when hit by certain attacks, and recovers ninjutsu cooldown. So yeah, we're mostly using this so that we don't flinch, so we feel more tanky, and it boosts our defense while we're in it. So it makes us like just more tanky. So this is part of the attack take build, and I had a lot of fun with this build too, because you guys know I love playing objective stuff. So this isn't great for like getting kills and everything, but it's really good for CC and holding on to points. Yeah, just it's good for crowd control, and it's so much fun just igniting that ash and catching people on fire, man. It's so dope. This was one of my favorite builds that I was using with this attack. The attack defense build was really fun. There are probably some better ults that I could have used, like maybe some that give you health to make you more tanky. But yeah, I felt like I wasn't really dying that much because this build was just really working really well. Okay, so for the last build, we're going to be doing the healer attack build. Now, this one was the hardest to come up with. I had two things that I was sure about, and the other stuff I just kind of came up with it on the fly. So, or no, I had three things that I was sure about. So, we're going to be using the ninja tool from the Obito DLC, the True Seeker Orb Warped. So, this is a ninja tool for attack and healer. So that's why I used this one. And it's a ninja tool resembling the True Seeker Orb. It places an orb down that fires thorns at the target for a set duration. So we're going to be using that as our ninja tool just because healers can also use it. And then the main ninjutsu that we're using for this build is Youthful Roar. And the main ninjutsu we're going to be using is Youthful Roar. Oh, that is a tongue twister. Youthful Roar. I can't.
Personal file. 69, offense. He was giving them the business.
The main ninjutsu we're going to be using is Youthful Roar. So this one has a 0 in power and a 1 in range and a 13-second cooldown. So it says, let's loose a war cry that paralyzes surrounding enemies for a certain period of time. The user and nearby allies have their close range attack power raised and status ailments are cured. So we're using this because it also affects your allies. So your allies get buffed from this move. So it raises their attack and it will cure them from status ailments. So it's almost like a little cellular extraction without the healing. So yeah, and I actually, now that I think about it, now that I'm editing the video, I forgot I was gonna use Wood Dragon on this healer build because it's so I can heal myself, but I forgot to use it. I just went with Karma, Linchpin, Strange Taste because I was trying to get my ult as fast as I could because the ult is the thing that really makes this a healer build. So this Karma Linchpin has a 1 in power and a 1 in range. It has a 20-second cooldown. It says when button held disables enemy ninja tools, ninjutsu, and resets enemy ninjutsu cooldown, drain secret technique gauge. Release to reduce user ninjutsu cooldown, increase secret technique gauge, and ninjutsu attacks also hit harder. So the whole reason to use this was just because it debuffs the opponents and it will help you get the ult back faster. And then we're also using emergency exit because that heals you and clears status ailments. And then the main thing that makes this a healer build, a healer attack build, is that we're using Kurama Link mode as the ult. So this one has a 0 in power and a 1 in duration. It says use Kurama's chakra to recover all health and greatly increase physical abilities. Recovers ninjutsu cooldown time and grants reduced cooldowns for yourself and allies. Use the technique Fake Fox Blast with the command. And it doesn't say that it's in the description, but this also heals your teammates over time when you use it. So not only does it give your teammates their ninjutsu back faster, but it also heals them. So this is a super supportive ult. You could also run something like Kodo. I feel like Kodo should have been a healer ult. It's straight up support completely. It doesn't even do any damage. Just like this one has a 0 in power until you do the Fake Fox Blast. But Kodo is even more of a support ult. But I wanted to get to do something that actually healed my teammates though, so that's why we ran with this one. But yeah, man, this was a lot of fun. I know this is kind of petty, making all these builds with attack and talking trash on Obito and stuff, but it was fun running this. It felt good being the MC finally in Shinobi Striker for the first time ever. But yeah, man, I'm gonna have some more stuff coming soon. I'm gonna be doing an updated how to play range video, just like a straight up tutorial based on the new water cannon weapon. So look forward to that one. Yeah, until then, let me know what kind of build you guys are running with the Obito DLC, and I don't want to hear anything like any one shots or broken stuff. Like, what kind of fun stuff are you guys doing with the Obito DLC, if you're having fun with it at all. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate all the support. I'll see you guys in the next one. Everybody stay safe out there. Peace and love.